a free printable from Project Hail Mary, a 12 nozzle printer, and MakerWorld doubles down on AI models. Hi, I'm STL Denise, and this is all the news that's fit to 3D print. But first, an update on Bambu Lab's legal fight with PopMart, which I covered earlier this month. It's being reported in Chinese media that Bambu Lab reached a friendly settlement with PopMart over the Labubu IP infringement. Bambu's MakerWorld site immediately took down all the Labubu files, some of which were being used by merchants in China to produce fake Labubu toys that were sold for a fraction of the price of the real thing. Bambu Lab has issued a formal apology after reports of Dr. Tao, Bambu Lab's CEO, having lengthy talks with Wang Ning, the CEO of PopMart. I know we're all curious where this leads to next. Will PopMart go after Western file sharing sites, or were they only concerned with their own backyard? I'm curious. What do you think? Leave a comment below if you think the days of 3D printing fan art is numbered. Speaking of fan art, last weekend, Project Hail Mary took the theaters and your 3D printers by storm. It's perfectly normal to see 3D printable fan art of popular movie characters, especially when the movie is as nerd-friendly as Project Hail Mary. But what we don't normally see are studios offering up their own fully sanctioned models. The brains behind Project Hail Mary knew this film would resonate with us geeky types, so they gave us a little something special. When you type in projecthailmary.com, you'll get your local showtimes, a game to explore the Hail Mary cockpit, a place to shop for merch, and also this free printable Spaceman. Now, if you've seen the movie, you know what this is. And if you don't know what this is, go see the movie because it's really good. This file was made for resin printing, but you can also print it on an FDM printer. Just remember to turn off the supports to bridging, or you'll be digging supports out of here for hours.
If you listen carefully.
This isn't the first time a movie studio has gifted the 3D printing community with a model like this. Paramount gave us a printable Optimus Primal for Transformers Rise of the Beast, thanks to the persuasion of Joe Telling and his producer David. They did a whole YouTube series around the movie that's really worth watching. I'll link below and you can go check it out. Now for that 12 nozzle printer. I was invited out to Silicon Valley to see the fledgling AtomForm Palette 300 in person, along with a room full of tech media and 3D printing YouTubers. AtomForm is a brand new Chinese company with backing from Mova, who makes robot vacuum cleaners and whatnot. Which is to say they might be a startup, but they have big-time investors and loads of resources to do this right. The event was really impressive, but it was aimed at people new to 3D printing, which was a little disappointing. I did get to see the printer in action, but we really didn't learn anything new about it. I guess we'll just have to wait until the review units ship out this summer. Believe me, some of us were tempted to start taking it apart right there, but we found some restraint. It looks like AtomForm has their sights set on Bambu Lab with a printer they hope is more impressive than the 7-nozzle H2C. They're going to launch with a full-service website with free model files, AI tools, and a reward system for designers. There is also a lot of talk about open source with a slicer that's based on Orca, which is of course a fork of Bambu Studio by way of Prusa slicer. We'll see how that pans out. If you haven't dug into the stats yet, the Palette 300 will have a 300mm cube build volume, a hot end that can hit 350 degrees, and a chamber that will reach a toasty 65°C. It will have a dual feeder to speed up loading times, but only one tool head, and of course a carousel of 12 nozzles at the ready. The AMS-like unit holds 6 spools and can do double duty as a dryer, which I'm told can also dry while printing. It can handle up to 6 RFD6 units to keep 36 colors at the ready, but with only 12 nozzles, it'll be most efficient when it comes to waste if you stick to those 12 spools inside 2 units. The final price will be $21.99, which I think comes with one of those AMS units, making this definitely a prosumer machine. But if you head over to atomform.tech right now and hit subscribe, you can nab an early bird slot with a $50 deposit, which gives you the launch day price of $9.99 for the printer and one of those RFD6s. I don't have any affiliate links for this, and I haven't received a test printer yet, so you're on your own to figure out if it's worth the purchase. Over at Bambu Lab, they recently launched a new AI design tool that integrates Meshi. I did a whole video on Meshi a while back, and though I thought it was pretty easy to use, it wasn't something I really wanted to subscribe to. Plus, I got an earful on how all of you hate AI. A lot of 3D printer companies are really hoping that you fall in love with AI tools because they think that we'll enjoy 3D printing more if we have simple tools to design files, despite our own lack of artistic talent. I fed the MakerWorld Meshy tool a favorite photo of my dogs, and the results are kind of mixed. I think a human would know where to put Ripley's fourth leg. AI tools put 3D printing enthusiasts in a real jam. We're called lame if we can't design our own files, and purveyors of slop if we succumb to AI. Personally, I think I'll stick to Tinkercad for my own projects and supporting human artists for everything else. So what do you think? Leave me a comment if you think AI modeling has become accessible, inevitable, or regrettable. And finally, let me leave you with a very special project that Prusa Research is helping provide free files for you to print. If you go to Prusa's website, you can read the latest blog post that goes into all the details. The model is for a dispenser for free feminine hygiene products, which many schools are required to provide for their students. A university in Prusa's hometown held a design contest, and this model is one of the top 3. It was designed to be cheap and easy to manufacture in steel. But a writer over at Prusa Research thought the design could be even more useful and cheaper if it could be 3D printed and provided to schools and public spaces around the world. Now that's where you come in. Prusa designers converted the metal box to plastic, and you can print 2 of these from a single roll of PETG. So ask around, see if your local school needs some nice boxes to stash supplies in, or make one for your office restroom. Also, read that blog post because there's a lot to learn from the design side on how to make a very practical print. So that's the news for this week. I'm STL Denise, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy printing!